world of gaming has evolved to such an extent that the characters are lifelike and the intensity of the games can be a bit overwhelming. But we all remember the old arcade style of gaming. Well, FaceBreaker is boxing, but arcade style. Vincent, thanks for joining me on Tech at Work. The featured game for this week is FaceBreaker. Now, from what I've read, FaceBreaker is going back to the arcade style of gaming. Tell me a little bit more about it. I mean, the title itself speaks 1,000 words.
Darren, let me put it to you this way, right? You've had a rough day on the stock exchange, you get home, and you want to play this game because it's about smacking face, really. So
plain and simple, there's no complicated story.
Start the game, choose a character, start smacking face. It's it's basically boxing, but in like a really cool 3D environment, like a whole bunch of different sort of rings that you box in, and it's really just about like brute force and speed.
So compared to the likes of Street Fighter or another game within that category, what are the differences?
You know, there's none of that jumping and kicking sort of stuff. It's really about swinging the fists. You know, you can still jump, but it doesn't really help you. You just get hit on your feet, basically.
And the characters seem to be the actual driving force in the game. It's not so much about the plot or the storyline.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that there were different types of characters. Can you name some of them?
Right.
And their sort of techniques.
So you get the big Russian-looking guy with the blonde crew cut with the really big arms and big feet. And he sort of stomps forward and he's got these like long, kind of slow punches. And then you get the thin little Oriental girl that can sort of duck and dive. And like a lot of short kicks to the shin and you drop, you know. So it can get quite frustrating if you have to sort of be strategic about which characters you play against which and learn their strengths and weaknesses.
And the different formats that can host this type of game?
Like Xbox 360, PS3, like the big platforms basically.
And it seems to be a game that you're not going to play forever. It's fun, it's exciting, it takes you back to the old days where you played the arcade in the cafe.
But you'll play with your friends though, because it's got all that cool multiplayer fun about it, you know, and it's like a perfect thing to sort of hit your friend really hard in the head and start laughing and throw popcorn at him, you know.
Your final opinion on the game itself?
I think it's a nice distraction and it's good to have in your game catalog. It's different to the other fighting games in the sense that it's not trying to be a real boxing simulator. It's not kung fu or ninjutsu, you know. So it's just like it's a good all-rounder that should be in your collection.
Vincent, I think I'm going to go get FaceBreaker and play it against my friends.
Good idea.
Thanks for coming.
Cool. Thanks, Darren.